Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, and on the west spawn of Arctic region, which is otherwise known as the recreation of the Mannheim Line for the winter war between Soviet Union and Finland. Now, did you know that 222 M44s were sold to the Turkish army? That's another fun fact. And the last time they were used in action was in 2015. And the Turkish army still has them in reserve. So if you want to pick up a spare M44 or two, all you need to do is approach the Turkish government and offer them some money, and I'm sure they'd be happy to sell you one. I think a lot of people will probably be interested. Okay, there's a Scorpion, and it's one of those nasty little, the Tier 7 ones, the American tank destroyer, which is very tiny. Oh my god, he got a good hit there! He actually set it alight! He got 175 hit points off the fire, 542 from the direct hit. He's only left him on 103 hit points. And they're very nasty, those tank destroyers. Very nasty indeed. And I think, oh yes, that was on the money as well. Second shot wiped him out, 103 hit points. Now, the thing I forgot to mention, it's the name of the commander of this vehicle. It's Incoming Shell. Yeah, I think that Scorpion realises he's just received an incoming shell. Now, he fired a round up into that area where we'd normally expect the enemy tank destroyers to be. There was nothing in sight, but obviously a shell fired up there has got a good chance of hitting something. And he's pre-aimed at KV2, who's just moved forward a bit, so unfortunately that shell missed. But he's also platooned with a Type 64 in his own team, going by the name of the Trier. Oh, and look, there's an enemy. Cromwell B's managed to get up onto the prominence on our side, and he's just taken out that Jackson, fired the round in. Unfortunately, the Cromwell B had moved on, but the Type 64 is going after that Cromwell. Ooh, he lost a few points to the Ram, but he managed to take out the Cromwell. Okay, incoming shells loaded, and going after a Tiger 131 round out. Oh, he had to hit the KV2. He was aiming for the 131, but yeah, he got 218 hit points off that KV2 in the process. Very nice. And that Skoda T40 is on very low hit points. The splash should do it. Round out. Oh, it's going to be too late. No, it's not. He managed to get him, even though he was pulling away. 46 hit points from the splash alone. That's his second kill. First kill being the Scorpion. Now, going for the Hellcat. Can he get him? No, he's decided to change his mind. He's going after the the T-30-29, who's in heavy alley. Oh, he's putting back. Ah, he still managed to get a splash. 180 hit points of splash, but 222 of stun assist there. Okay, the IS is using that wreck for cover. Not going to cover him from an Arty round. But that STR-V74 is getting rather close. Instead, he's going to go for the Panther, because that's a splash hit, should be enough to finish him off. Rounds out. Direct hit! 237 hit points, he's out the game. Now, the STR-V is going to be a tougher nut to crack, because he's got 750 hit points left. Unfortunately, we just lost sight of him temporarily. But he's going up onto the hill to try and get the Type 64, who's quickly departed. He lost a few points there, but he managed to get a shot on the STR-V, and he's killed him! He got 557 from the hit and 193 from the fire, which means that's an arsonist badge for incoming shell. but the enemy is getting awfully close now, and the MT25 goes down to the Type 64, but the enemy are getting rather close. This is, oh, just lost his Type 64 platoon mate. That Tiger 131 is getting close. Rounds out. He's having to pull back even further. He's almost at the edge of the map now. This is going to be awkward. And that's a round from the 131 and a round from the enemy Arty. And his engine's damaged now. Oh, and that's the end of the game. Oh dear. But he put up a good fight, and his win 8 for that battle alone is 5635, and that's just the recorded ones. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was the second class tanker for incoming shell in the M44. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 18 in that battle. And yes, he did pick up an Aslains. When he took out the Striv 74, he not only did a huge hit into the side, he also managed to pick up a fire, which then killed the rest of the vehicle. And he got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and he picked up the high caliber because he dealt the most damage on his team. In fact, in the entire battle, more than 20% of the enemy hit points. If we look at the team scores, well, he got the highest number of hit points, 2,653 hit points of damage. He got the highest number of kills with 4. And he got the highest base XP on his losing team of 588. He fired 12 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration and 4 splash. Did damage of 2,653 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits, one of which was from the 131 and the other from the enemy Arty. It was a splash nearby from the enemy Arty. In fact, actually, it doesn't say splash damage, so I suspect that enemy Arty shot was not what killed him. It was the Tiger 131. He hit 8 of the enemy, but killed 4 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 222 hit points off 7 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 40,272 credits. And he also got an achievements award, which is for getting the epic medal of 5,506 credits, and that's to equalize his score with those of the winning members of the winning team, because he managed to get an epic medal. So after repair and ammunition resupply, he was still left with 53,684 credits, and that's from a losing battle. So it just shows how effective he was during that battle. He received 882 XP, and he also got an achievements award there as well for 507, and he got 42 XP for playing in a platoon, so he ended up with a grand total of 1,931 experience points. So good battle. You got 7 kills overall, and your platoon basically was the team. Yes, as you said, it was basically just the 2 of you that managed to get any kills at all. But you worked really hard during that battle because you got the results to show for it. Just a pity that you couldn't actually win the battle on by your own. You needed the support of your team, and your team wasn't there. But anyway, nice try. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.